should see an increase in the swell. Hopefully it pops up through the day, and look at that heat out in the water. I mean, on paper, what a heat. Let's just hope the waves come to play.
2 times. I feel like I ride a new board once and I either love it or I hate it, and don't try and settle for anything in between. So yeah, I've got a few boards that I love at the moment, and yeah, really happy with how they're feeling.
And getting things done out here on the rail and in technical surfing, do you think there's a balance to win here?
This is like, I love this place. You have to have a pretty open mind out there. There's not many places we go we get to have such a rippable left and right available on the takeoff spot. So just yeah, pick your direction. And
exciting final against Taj Burrow. During that catch-up, we got things started. Kersey fell in an error, but Owen got some work done.
Yeah, you know, you heard Julian talk about it. It's sort of a healthy mix between both lefts and rights. Obviously, Owen's backhand is lightning fast, and he proved that on the Gold Coast by taking that win with exactly the same kind of surfing here, Joe. Once he gets that momentum, that rhythm in the wave, that groove, so to speak, he just really unleashes maneuver after maneuver. So that's going to be a great start for O-Dog. And then Kersey on the other side of the coin, going for that innovation, that rotation, but up again.
Live action, Josh Kerr, frontside carve, gets out of that for the punt. Late connection again, and he goes down on the finish. Jeremy Flores now holding priority and now making a move. Nice clean snap off the lip right into a forehand hook. Surfer from France just jamming it on the inside connection to get out of there.
Was in, and this is kind of what happened with Jeremy. He didn't have a lot of space to move, so he had to react quickly. He had to get his turns in nice and fast. A little bit of a bobble right there, but finished nicely. So a good recovery on that occasion for Jeremy.
You kind of want that high seed and to surf against the lower seeds on tour. We'll get back to that with Owen up. Flowing through a couple of backhand turns, nice and vertical. And a quick inside foam climb to back up to 6.5.
Yeah, no wave, so you've got to keep your eye on that. O-Dog identifying it, wanting to get a quick start, back that 6.5 up, which he's done. Beautiful turn there from Owen. Very tall gentleman, but so nimble on his feet, so light, so...
Yeah, that is the thing that has most impressed me as we see Jeremy up and riding here, guys.
Watching Jeremy Flores. He'll get stuck on the first turn, so just the 5.17 before that. Talking about timing and tempo with Barton Lynch. With Owen Wright, how can he transition to...
in those turns? And I think the interesting ride in that sort of sense was the very first one, where the outside of the ride, it felt a little bit slower and a little bit slower through the rail in the water. But as the wave died down, he picked his energy up and really started flaring towards the back end of it when the wave was dying. And it showed that he kind of had that complete package and was certainly surfing to the waves tempo with his own.
As we think about backsiders like yourself, BL, on the lowers right here, do you ever fall victim to...
They're all 50-50s.
Thank you, Barton Lynch. Back to the action with Josh Kerr. Couple of big searing carves on this running right. Jams it off the lip. There's the finish. Sticking to the face of the wave and belts it off the top multiple times for his best score so far.
Busy with confidence. He's dangerous, but he's been lucky in that this year. These kind of little waves is what's going to regain that confidence. You talk about just that stock standard rail surfing that just looks so good no matter where you are in the world. So Kersey right there finishing his best wave of the heat.
And he pushed him hard, but he didn't re-qualify. Back to this one with Owen Wright getting started. Big swing in the pocket. Hits it off the top again and just jamming these backside carves together. And he'll just trim this thing all the way through. Same turn throughout. Looking to better a 4.73 with that wind.
Tell he was struggling with his equipment. Wasn't really working for him. Then he found something special, and all of a sudden we saw this new revitalized Jeremy Flores, and this is what I'm seeing right now. Seeing a lot of flair in this surfing right there. It was a nice inside wave, but geez, he belted it.
More waves on the way. Josh Kerr with plenty of wall out the back. Nice solid connection off the coping, coming around the corner. Another blitz off the lip. This one's going to give him a little bit of downtime. Forced to fade it with a couple of highline wraps. Wanted this thing to bowl up towards him, but it's just bending out to sea. but solid approach. Series of forehand hooks.
Josh Kerr, let's have a look at this one. Needing a 5.33, Joe. Bigger set wave, which doesn't always equate to being the best ones. Sometimes they go a little bit off speed. Sometimes they bend a little bit out there. You can see Josh's timing just a little bit off on that section. Now it kind of goes a little fat, so we're just going to talk about some transition turns here. A few cutbacks, another one right there. So this wave really isn't going to give him what he was looking for, but it's going to better that 2.0. It's going to shut the gap a little bit, but have a look at Flores' wave.
Jeremy locks in an 8.0. Now we go back to live with Owen Wright. Owen blowing the whole board out the back. He's down. Waited for the right moment just to belt that right to pieces. He's up again. Nice clean forehand snap. Flores, speed turn to come around the corner. And he'll get out of there. As we check out that number again.
Yeah, 5.60 on this occasion, and you know, a couple of beautiful turns. But then, you know, just really didn't give him that vertical face towards the end of it. So it was just more like the sort of cutting back to get himself back into the power source of the wave again and again. So the judge is identifying that 5.60.
And decides to make a move. He'll split the peak with Flores, so we'll stay with Jeremy on the exchange. Down carve to snap, now in front for some more work on the back end. Flores hitting it harder towards the inside corner. You can see that healthy energy coming out of Flores. Remember, he had the 8.0 that got him into first. Another look at the split pots.
Yeah, O-Dog, both guys utilizing their backhand. And these right-handers just seem to be offering just a little bit more, Joe, especially when it comes to that backhand attack. Owen Wright, just a series of beautiful turns there. You know, he's looking to replace a 5.60. Jeremy looking to replace a 5.17. I'm kind of thinking both guys have done that. But by how much is going to be the difference on who's going to take the lead. Josh Kerr, unfortunately, left out of that rotation, but he's got priority now, 4 minutes remaining.
On the heat recap, remember we had the restart, no waves for the first 10 minutes. We got it back going again. Owen started off nice and smooth and turned into 6.5.
Yeah, he's looking good, he's looking sharp. You know, he's been showing this kind of form all year long. Jeremy Flores, though, just found that little gem, and I think the ability to be able to mix it up on your front side, I think the judges loved that. Showed a bunch of different turns, especially on this wave right here. His attack mode, he's looking confident. You can see there's pep in his step, showing some variety, and I think that was basically what got him that 8.0 was that variety of repertoire. The judges want to see it. They want to see you mix up your turns, both the healthy mix of backhand, frontside surfing. Jeremy Flores on this occasion bettered his situation, Joe. Finds himself still in the lead with just over 3 minutes to go.
Just love the intensity out of Flores once he got to the inside corner, as he just methodically worked his way to the inside, and a 6.4.
What a way to kick it off. He needs a good result here, and it's a great way to start. Let's have a look at Owen's wave. Just a small little inside left there, nothing really to speak of, as you said, and a small score, so the situation remains the same. Flores through to round 3.
Josh Kerr reseeded once again in round 2. Coming up next, an all-Australian matchup with Matt Wilkinson, Pete Durbich, and Ethan Ewing. We'll be right back.